And welcome to a brand new internet show designed to help you become a better trumpet player. My name is Alan J. Venezio. I'm the author of Trumpet 101, a resource manual for trumpet players, a book that is designed specifically to help developing trumpet players become motivated to become even better trumpet players than they are now. This is High Notes, episode 1, and I'm going to be talking today about a couple of different points. One of which is something I think is the absolute most important thing a trumpet player has in their arsenal of tools to use, and that is air. Air in equals music out. It's as simple as that. That's my trademark statement right in the beginning of the book, and that chapter talks so much about what to do with the air and how to use and how to harness that air. And when I talk about air and I talk about use of air, what I'm talking about is taking a deep breath in and immediately pushing that air out. Problem number one most young and developing musicians have, even a lot of semi-pro musicians have this problem too, is that they take in the air and they hold on to it. It's kind of like talking to that really annoying person who's in the middle of a thought and then kind of just stops, and you wonder what they're going to say on the other end of that really large pregnant pause. Well, we can't do that when we're taking a breath on trumpet, or on any musical instrument for that matter. The point of the matter is what we need to do as musicians, take that air in and immediately use that air so that we're getting the most bang for our buck, as it is said. We want to make sure that that air is being utilized properly and that we're moving it to get the maximum use out of that air. So when we are playing, it goes like this. Take in the air, immediately push the air out. Take in the air, immediately push the air out. We want to use that air as quick as we get it, because it's right there as the air comes in and moves directly out that we're getting the most power of that air has. We want to make sure we fill up from the bottom of our lungs, fill up completely, and push the air straight through the instrument. You're going to hear me talk a lot on these episodes about air, and air in equals music out, and all kinds of other topics that boil back down to the one most important asset we all have, and that's air, because without it, we cease to exist. Without it, music from a wind instrument also ceases to exist. It goes without saying. Vincent Chickowitz wrote a wonderful series of trumpet studies, and VC study number 1 is reproduced in Trumpet 101, and I use it all the time. I recommend it to every one of my students, all of my private students. It's the first thing I teach them when they come into my studio. VC studies number 1, it's a progressive exercise where it goes down in half steps. I'll play the first one for you so you can hear what they sound like, and then they go down in half steps from there. You rest between each one, and then you go down another half step. And so on. The point is, what we're talking about again is moving the air, pushing the air through, getting a really good fundamental sound, and really working on that trumpet tone quality, because that's so important that we sound good. And if you don't have a good tone quality, you don't have anything worth listening to. So we want to make sure that trumpet tone quality is a paramount importance to all trumpet players. In the book, Trumpet 101, Resource Manual for Trumpet Players, there are many other questions that are answered on proper ways to practice, and things like making the horse whinny and sleigh ride, and all kinds of stuff about air. It's jam-packed with exercises, orchestral etudes, glossaries, recommended resources, all kinds of things. Hopefully you'll have a chance to pick up a copy of this and take a look at it. I guarantee you that the motivational stories that are in it are going to hopefully edge you in the right direction and encourage you to do everything you need to do to become a better trumpet player. It's all in here. And folks, I cannot impart to you enough how important being motivated to practice is. I hated to practice when I was a kid, and I got by because I was gifted. Well, The older I got, the more I realized I needed to practice. The more I practiced, the more I liked to practice, and now I love to practice. It's all about what you can do and getting better and experiencing new kinds of music and new exercises and new ways to get better. And through this whole series of high notes, I'm going to show you all kinds of ways that you can become a better trumpet player. Tools that you never knew existed. Speaking of, episode 2, I'm going to introduce you to a good friend of mine. My friend's name is Pete. And when you meet Pete, Pete may change your life the way Pete changed my life. At least I hope he does. So at any rate, this brings us to the end of High Notes episode 1. I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. Just to let you know, my website is www.trumpet101.com. You can also find us on Facebook. You can become a fan of Alan J. Venezio or a fan of Trumpet 101. Just type those names in to your Facebook search and find us. I'm also at Twitter at 5'High Trumpet Guy. That's @ the numeral 5, FTHIGH, Trumpet, TRUMPET, Guy, GUY. I'm so glad that you had me in your home today. Can't wait to see you again on the next episode. And until next time, I hope all of your notes are good ones. Have a good night, everyone.